Here we have the duct simulator with its two holes, and here we have the house simulator, which has got a hole on this side, a hole on the other side that matches that, and another one in the middle on the back. So for duct leakage to outdoors, we essentially have to connect the duct system to the house or to the outdoors, and we do that by removing one of these sliders and taking this slider and joining it up with this Velcro so that they connect together. So I'm going to open this up so I can push the two pieces of Velcro together and get a good seal. And this particular hole is going to be our duct leakage to outdoors. This hole is our duct leakage to indoors. So we're indoors, this is outdoors, this is inside the duct. And we can vary the amount of duct leakage to indoors down to almost zero, and we can also vary the leakage to outdoors by putting the slider plate inside the slider socket and move this up and down. So there we've got no leakage to outdoors. There we've got about 30-some inches of leakage to outdoors. We're just demonstrating the duct to house leakage, and whenever we do a duct to house leakage test, we must first of all do a whole duct leakage test first. Then we'll find out whether or not we want to do a duct to house leakage test. So let's assume we've already performed the duct leakage test, and we're now going to set up our door fan, in this case depressurizing the house, and we're also going to be depressurizing the ducts. So this gauge will be running the door fan. We've got a tube running down here, a red tube, which is running down to this small connection point here. In future versions of the simulator, we'll have a connection point up here, which will allow us to stay out of the turbulence and give us a little bit better readings. So we've got the red tube going to the outdoors, which is inside this, and we've got the yellow tube running to the fan for picking up the flow pressure, and we've got the yellow Ethernet cable, which is also running to the fan for speed control. Over here we have the gauge that is going to be used for the duct tester. It is possible to use only one gauge and alternate back and forth, and we'll show you that briefly, and there's also a tech support document that shows that. But just briefly, we've got the three tubes connected on the back here, green, yellow, blue, going to the same color connectors. The speed control connection as well. This end of the umbilical cable, which has a slightly different set of color combinations versus the door fan cables, has got a speed control, battery charger, yellow fan pressure, and green fan pressure reference. The blue tube, for the purpose of our simulation, is going into the simulator box, and it will normally go into the registers. For convenience sake, we're just going to put it down here in this corner so we can pick up the pressure inside the ducts. And now we're going to take the flex duct for the duct tester and attach it to the front or the inlet side of the duct tester. We're now going to attach the flex duct to the front of the fan, and you'll notice that we're on the mid-range here, which is ideal for testing most duct systems. If you have a super tight system, you might want to use the next smaller range, which is the low flow range. Whether or not you pressurize or depressurize the ducts has to do with the standard that you're working to. So in each local area, they might have a different requirement. Our recommendation is to depressurize because it holds the paper onto the registers and makes the test a lot easier. So here we're going to attach the flex duct to the front of the fan, which allows us to depressurize the ducts. It's possible to leave this flex duct connected all the time. We hold this Velcro strap, we pull on this side and pull back against the other side, put a bit of tension in it to hold it nice and tight.